Good morning. Welcome to Cooking with Malik's Treats. I am Stephanie. We are here finna get ready for our Sunday dinner. So what we're gonna do is put our little Dutch oven on the eye. Today we're gonna eat. Today we're eating purple herb peas mixed with lima beans that I found at our local farmers market. So I'm going to come in here and get these things ready so that we can have dinner. I found some country ham that I had in my freezer. Forgot I had it in there. So we finna just chop this up and throw it up over here in this pan. I put a little bit of bacon fat off in there. Let's see, let me let y'all see what I'm doing. See, I put a little bacon fat off in there. Sorry. So I'm just chopping this ham, giving it a little rough chop of this country ham so we can put it off in here with these beans that we got. Let's see if y'all can see off in this pan. Okay, you see that ham? That country ham? Yeah, we're gonna get that. I'm gonna turn it around a time or two. Yes, ma'am. I also have a little okra that I'm gonna throw off in this pot with these peas. But right now, we just want to get this. See if we can get y'all off in the pot. Let's see what's going on with this. We want to see in the pot. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing don't want to act right for me. Let's get it together. Come on, get it together. Get it together. Let's see. Might need to sit this up on something. See if we can get it to work like that. How's that? That better? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get it. Okay. Is that better? Now you can see off in this pot. Okay. You see, I keep a little container that I reserve my bacon fat. When I cook, I just pour it out in there. Bacon fat goes a long way when you're cooking. It gives your food some good flavoring. Okay, so I'm just gonna brown this, get this ham. You know, I want the flavors to come open so that they can release off in the beans. So we're gonna brown this up and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I got the ham brown the way that I wanted it. Now, I've already added the water into the pot. So I am out of my chicken stock. So, hey, we're gonna use a bouillon this time. I'm gonna put that in there. I've already washed and cleaned my beans that I got from the farmer's market. So we're going to go on and add those in this pot. And then we'll do our seasonings. Hey, I was taught to cook by my mother and my grandmother. So I'm sorry when it comes down to the seasonings of how much I used. You know, when you've been cooking, we eyeball it. I'm sorry, you guys. Maybe next time I can tell you I can take the time to actually measure it but we've been eyeballing and it works for us. So as I stated, I have some fresh purple herb peas and butter beans that I'm mixing together. Okay, so I love this Weber's roasted garlic and herb. So there's not hardly anything that I cook that I don't add that. I love it. So we're gonna put that in there. I love this Calendar's all-purpose Greek season. We're going to add a little bit of that in there. Okay. We're going to stir that. Alrighty. I found some okra. I've already washed it. We're going to throw those off in there. And hey, we're going to put the top on there and we're going to let that do what it's supposed to do. We will check back on those. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do for our Sunday dinner today is, so we're having field peas and butter beans mixed with okra in it. I did find some okra at the market. And I've already washed it. I've already cut it up. I'm going to put a batter on this, and we're going to have fried okra today as well. I have a chicken, a whole chicken that I have to cut up. And then I have to make us some good cornbread. And my baby said he wanted some macaroni and cheese. Well, I'll see if I can make that happen today. I have been under the weather, so I hadn't really been cooking for my family. But we're going to eat good today. It's Sunday. Okay, so now that we have these beans on, what I'm finna to do is I'm about to cut up this chicken. So give me one moment. Let me get everything set up, and I'll be right back with you. Thank you. Okay, you all, I'm back. I have finished cutting up my chicken. I cleaned my chicken. I got all of this gunk that we do not like off the chicken. So now I'm going to get my pieces that I've cut up, I've cleaned, I've gotten all that excess fat off. The breasts were huge. I had to actually go on and debone that breast because that was just too much. That was too much. It was going to be too big, too much. But the good thing about it is these pieces of the breast that I did cut off and the back, I am going to put in a boiler and make me some chicken stock. So that is a good thing. Let me take these pieces and put them in this bowl so that I can have them to make my stock. Okay, now we messing with this old nasty raw chicken, so hey, we got to clean that up. I don't know about anyone else, but I keeps me a little grocery bag when I'm cooking as a trash bag. Let me spray that down. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me have to use my disinfectant. No E. coli, with no one's getting sick on my watch. Okay. So now that we've gotten the chicken cut up, we've gotten the chicken cleaned with all the excess off that we didn't want on there. Now I am going to season my chicken and put the little marinade on it so that the chicken can be juicy and stuff when we get ready to eat it. So I puts it in a container like this. Okay. I'm trying to change the way that we eat, the way that I cook, not use so much salt things. So I'm going to use this Tony Chachere's no salt seasoning. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of this Slap Your Mama. You know what your family likes. I love this Sazon Complete. I'm put a little bit of that on there. It's Sunday. You've played off all week. You got to feed your family good on Sunday. One thing, the way we were raised is Sunday is family day. Sunday is the day that the family is going to come together. If we're not together at the end of the day, we're going to get together Sunday and we're going to eat. Okay, you all, I'm sorry. I had to spray that cutting board down with that disinfectant and wash my hands. Get a paper towel, clean my hands. Okay, I'm sorry about that, you all. I'm back. So now that we have that season on there, we're going to put a little bit of mustard. A little bit of mustard. Mustard helps your chicken to keep from drying out. It does. Okay, some people use tongs and things. I'm sorry. I'm a country girl. I'm going to use my hand. That's what soap and water and stuff is for. So we're going to coat this chicken with this mustard and this seasoning. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit for a little while everything else is getting done. While we're getting everything else together, okay? All right, one moment. Let me wash my hands. Okay. So what are you all cooking today? What are you feeding your family today? Leave a comment below and let me know what you all are cooking today. Nice to meet you all. Trying something. I've been cooking and so they said, won't you come on and make videos and show us what you're cooking and how you're cooking. I know most of these things that we're cooking, we all cook them, but guess what? We can have 4 people in here, all with the same ingredients, but our food will not taste the same. Okay, so we have that. Let's cover that up and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for a moment. So give me a moment, I'll be back. All right, y'all, we're back. Let's check on these beans. Let me bring y'all over here so we can get into this pie. Let's see. Okay, ooh, all this steam. Let's see, you all see that? Sorry, lens. Let's see how we get into this pot without it steam. Okay, look at those beans. Look at those. Keep fogging us up. Let's see. You see those beans? Oh, I can't wait, honey. I can't wait. Okay, do you all remember me telling you that my baby love wanted some macaroni? So I have this water. I just put some water in the pot so it can get hot. Let's see, what do we do with that salt? Okay. Cut us off a little butter to go off in here with our noodles. Oh, be careful. First I said I wasn't going to fix any, but since I hadn't just really been cooking, I'm going to fix this for my baby love. As you all can see, I did not use a whole bag. I'm not doing a pan of macaroni this time. I'm just going to do it here on the stove top. So I'm going to put a little salt and a little butter in those noodles. We're gonna let those cook. The beans, our beans are done, baby. They are done. Let's see if I can, let's turn them off and see if I can get you over here where you can see it. Let's see. Look at there. Look at what we got going on in here, baby. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did add 1 smoked neck bone to those. Look at those beans. Look at there. That's gonna be some good eating. So the beans are done. We're gonna turn those off. Okay, so we've turned those beans off. We have the pot going for the macaroni. As you can see, I have the pot here so I can get ready to get that chicken going, and I'm gonna show you all how I bread my okra, because my sister, she was like, sister. I was like, yes, Taylor. She said, how do you get your crust to stay on your fried okra? Mine don't stay on there. So I'm going to show you how I get my crust to stay on my fresh okra when I want fried okra. And also we're going to make some cornbread. Now, my children, my baby love, my son, he will not eat cornbread when I make the pan. So when I use these mini bunts to make my cornbread, this is my cornbread pan now. So when I make the mini bunts where you can get your own individual, look, Mama, can I get some more of that cornbread? So I'm gonna show you all how I do that as well. Okay, so remember our beans are done. I just turned the eye on so that this grease can get hot for our chicken. And we have put our macaroni in the water. I have my oven preheating to 375 degrees for my bunt, for the cornbread. So, all right, give me one moment. Let me get things together. I'll be right back. All right, you're all, we're back and we're getting ready to make this cornbread to go in our pan. So, let me get my meal. I'm gonna use 2 of these schoolhouse spoons of this meal that I have. I always use Martha White. I'm with the Martha White self-rising yellow cornmeal. So I put 2 spoons of the cornmeal, and I'm going to put 1 spoon of the Martha White self-rising flour. Okay, excuse me. Let me put those containers back over there. Okay. To that, I will add 1 egg. And also 1 spoon of mayonnaise. I love to use the Kraft mayo with olive oil. 1 spoon of mayonnaise, and I don't know why I'm showing all of these names and these brands. This is not a sponsored video, but these are the things I use. And we've always used buttermilk. So we're going to shake that buttermilk up. We're going to pour it off in there. I'm going to mix it up so we can pour these into our bundt pan. Now, no, I did not put sugar in my cornbread. I wasn't raised with sugar. We wasn't raised with sugar bread. We wasn't raised with Jiffy, which nothing is wrong with that. If that's your thing, do it. But this is how I was raised. My grandmama used to always say, if you want some sweet cornbread, put sugar in it. She didn't want a cake. You don't eat cake with your vegetables. That's what we was always told. So, no, I do not use that. Oh, I'm sorry, you all. I'm moving too fast. One thing that I forgot, and this is what I use in my cornbread as well. I use the Crisco butter flavor. You know, you have to put a little oil in your pan. Well, being that I do the muffins, I just get a little scoop and I'm whisk it in my cornbread mix. And so look at that. We're getting that cornbread mixed together. Let's get that Crisco incorporated in there. We're gonna get it pulled up in that bundt pan, and we're gonna get that in the oven. Okay. There's the cornbread. Look at there. Okay, so let me get the bundt pan. Remember, I use this silicone bundt pan. Don't have to grease it. We put the Crisco in the batter. So let's pour it in here. And I've noticed that when I use this bundt pan to make our cornbread, we're not having any cornbread wasted. So this is what works for my family. And see that 2 spoons of a self-rising flour, 1 spoon of the self-rising meal, the 1 egg, the 1 spoon of mayo, the buttermilk. That makes a perfect 6 for my pan, for my bun. Perfect. Okay, so we have that. In one moment, let's get this put into the oven. Put it on 375. I usually cook it about 30 minutes. Okay, so give me one moment and I'll be right back. Okay, you all, I'm back. So we have the grease getting hot. The beans are done. The macaroni. Oh, that's ready. So let's get this macaroni done. Okay, you all, while that I have the noodles over there straining, where we're gonna get this cheese going for the macaroni. How many of you have you some dishwater run? You have your a sink of dishwater while you're cooking? I do. I do. Okay, so we're gonna put this butter in here. That was a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna let that melt. While that's melting, I'm gonna go on and get my cheese together. Okay. Okay, so I'm using the Great Value Original Melting Dip. It's just like Velveeta. I've come to find that this melts a little bit better. Let me turn y'all around so y'all can see. This tends to melt a little bit better than the Velveeta to me. You know. So let's get this chopped. You hear that butter has gone and gotten, so I use half and half. I'm gonna pour that in there. Turn y'all around this way now, back at the pot. Look like I'm gonna have to get my baby love to start helping me. Maybe he can be production, you know, help me with the getting things together. So we're gonna get these blocks of cheese put up in there. See, I think I might want a little bit more. He loves it cheesy. I told him he acts like a little mouse. He loves cheese. He'll walk around and just eat cheese. So I have to buy the string cheese, block cheese, so he won't mess with the cheese that I need so I can cook, that I cook with. Okay, so let's get that on in there. Let me get me a spatula, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. And see, with my dishwater, I put a little bleach in it, Clorox. It's just the way we were raised, you know, the way we were taught. But I keep that while I'm cooking, so that's why I keep dishwater, and I can run my hands in it. Wash something off, run my hands in it, and that's the way to keep my hands clean as well. Okay, so here we are. We're getting this cheese sauce done. Let's look off in this pot. Let's see if we can get off in there. Yeah, we're getting that cheese sauce. So I have the butter, I have the half and half, I have the Great Value Original Melt and Dip. Oh, and mine like a little ricotta in there. So we have a little ricotta. So we're gonna let that cheese sauce get good and melt it down. While we're doing that, the grease is almost hot and ready for our chicken. You see that? Okay, so let me finish getting this cheese melted down. We're gonna get, and when we're ready to drop the chicken off in the grease, I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, you all, I'm back. So we do have the cheese sauce completed. Look at there. We've gotten that all mixed down, and the grease is almost ready for our chicken. So let's go on and put our noodles in here. Okay. We can go on and turn that out. Off for that, let's just add just a tad bit more of that half and half in there. Just kind of thin it just a little bit. Okay. Get in this pot. Get in this pot. Look at there. Look at that cheese and macaroni, baby. My baby love is gonna love it. Okay, so we have that. Let's just add us a little black pepper. I love black pepper. So we're gonna just add a little black pepper in there. Stir to give that another stir. We're gonna take it off of that eye because we don't need it to cook anymore. Look at there, look at there, look at there. Get in that pot, baby. Get in that pot. Alrighty, so let's kick that over to the side and we can move that over here on the cooler mat so that it doesn't get any hotter. Okay, had to get those noodles up I dropped. Now, let's see, our chicken. Okay, I usually use a brown paper bag. You know, the country living. Your grandmama taught you that brown paper bag, but I'm out of them. I got to get back to get them. So I'm going to use one of these containers that has a top on it. I wash it out and dry it real good. Okay. This is what I use to batter my chicken. House Archery chicken. Now you really don't, this does not require any more seasonings, but as you seen when I cut my chicken, before I put that mustard on it, I did put some seasoning on it. That's just me, that's what I like. So that's what I do. So we're just gonna pour this off in there like that. See. Give me a fork so I can kind of break up those clumps like that. My grease, I use a thermometer in my grease so I can make sure that I'm cooking my food and that it's up to temperature so that, look, it's your family that you're feeding. You have to take care of your family. Okay, so we got those clumps tore up, broke up out of there. Here's my chicken, and next we're gonna do our I'm gonna show you how I get my breading to stick on my okra. One moment and I'll be back. All right, you guys, I'm back. So I've got my chicken. I have my tongs. I'm not gonna do it like that, so I'm gonna get my chicken, pick it up. You remember our chicken? I'm gonna put it over here in this container so that I can put the top on it and shake it up and drop it off in this grease. today I got it in that deep boiler with grease. Next time we'll do some pan fry. We'll pull out the good cast iron skillet and fry us some good chicken. But I didn't feel like all of that today. So I'm putting my legs and wings in there. Some of the batter off my tongue. All right, let's see. Oh, well, let's just put one thigh in there. One thigh. I need to go get Charlie. My daughter brought me one of the Pioneer Woman's Charlie, the timer. So I need to go get Charlie so we can put a timer on her chicken. Okay, so let's drop that one out in there. Okay, so now we've dropped 2 legs, 2 wings, and 1 thigh. We have it in there. It's deep frying, so we're going to give that a moment. I'm going to go get Charlie so that I can set the timer on it. And when I come back, I'll show you how I get my breading to stay on my fried okra. One moment. All right, you all. Now I'm going to show you how I get my batter to stay on my okra. Okay. So remember I told you I found some okra at the farmer's market. I've already washed it. I've already cut it. So let's get it in this bowl so that we can get some. And I got to make sure I cook enough today because last time I cooked it, my baby love told me, Mama, you don't feed me enough. Because I didn't cook a lot. I said, huh? He told me I don't feed him enough. Okay. So here's my okra in the bowl. You all can see. Okay. So what we're going to do is, some people like to use water. Not me. I love buttermilk. So I'm going to pour a little buttermilk in there. Not a lot. Just a little so that we can get this coated. So let's just stir our okra up in there so we can get coated on both sides, both pieces, just like that. You see? I hope this is enough. I think I probably need to put a little bit more in there. That's about how much I cooked the other day. Let's see. We're just gonna toss all of it around. Make sure that it's getting some of that good buttermilk on it. I love buttermilk. Okay, so we've gotten that buttermilk on there like that. Next, you hear that chicken, don't you? Next, we're gonna go in with a little pepper. I love pepper. A little salt. That's all you need, salt and pepper. And turn that around again. Okay, now, my sister, old Ray Ray, she turned me on to this. This is what I use to fry my okra and my fish and my shrimp. I love it. I put a good spoon of that in there. Okay, you know you're going to have to use a little flour. So, you know, I have my little Rubbermaid containers and that wrote on there. So I'm going to get a little bit of my Martha White self-rising flour. Throw that in there. Let's put this back over there. Okay, let's see if we got enough. If not, we're going to have to put some more because we don't want it to be wet. Excuse the noise in the background, you guys. Okay, so now it's still a little wet, so we're going to put a little bit more of our meal in there. Let's see. All right now. You see that? You see that? Okay. So that's how I do my okra. Okay, so let me check on my chicken. Give me one moment. Now I'll be back with you. But let me let you see the chicken. Let me let you see how it's starting to look in that pan. Look at that. You see that chicken? Do you see what I see? All right now, it's Sunday. We're going to eat good. One moment. All right, y'all, we're back. Charlie went off, so it's time to get this chicken out of here. Look at that. I let my chicken go for about 15 minutes or so. Look at what we got coming up out of this pot, baby. Look at that chicken. Ooh, look at there, look at there. So I'm putting them on this cooling rack lined with paper towels so whatever excess grease can go on and drain off of it. But I'm giving you 1 minute. I'm finna let you see this chicken, baby. Look at what we got. Look what we're working with, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that good old leg. You see it? Okay, so we got 2 legs, 2 wings. Yeah, and look at there. Look at that thigh. Okay, so I'm going to put the other pieces in the grease and I'm going to let that go. So give me a moment and I'll be back. All right, y'all, we're back. So my timers went off on these breasts. These were some thicker breasts, so I let those go for 20 minutes. Okay, so we're getting the chicken out. So now, let's get these tongs. Let's check out what we got over here. Okay. Let me bring y'all over. Bring you a little closer. Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken, honey. Take it in. Look at those breasts. Yes, ma'am. Those wings, legs, thighs. So now that we've gotten all the chicken completed, so now we have our chicken, we have our beans, we have our cornbread over there, we have our macaroni. Last thing to go to get cooked is what? This okra. Okay, so my thermometer had fell. Ooh, that's hot. It had fell off in the grease. I had to get it out of there. It's hot. Okay, so I need to put that back in there because I need to make sure that my grease is to the right temperature for my. Ooh, drop that out in there. I want to make sure my grease is good and hot for my okra, because one thing about it, when you drop this okra off in there, you don't want to keep messing with it, bumping it. You don't want to knock your goodies off. Okay, so we're gonna get this okra. I don't want it to splash, so let me get some off in my thing and we'll drop it off in there like that. Yeah, we're gonna put them in there. Get us a couple of more of them to put in there. Yep. So you don't want to put too many in at one time. So we're going to let those cook. They're going to brown up. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long at all. Excuse me. Let's let's move this chicken over here, right here to the side, so I can get on up in here where I need to be. So I'm just getting a couple of paper towels so we can dry, let the grease run out the okra. I'll pull this cutting board here. Okay, so as you can see, that if the okra is starting to rise up to the top, and that's okay. It's okay that it's doing that. Okay, so it's getting kind of, like I said, you don't want to mess with it too much because you don't want to knock your breading off, your goodies off. So after I cut it and breaded it while I was waiting, because I wanted to use the same grease as I cooked that chicken in, I just sat it in the refrigerator so it can cool and it can really stick to it. Now that the chicken is done, I throw them in this pot. As you can see, they're cooking. They're kind of browning on up. So we're going to wait on that to finish cooking, and I'll be back. All right, y'all, let's see what we got going over here. Look at this pot. Look at that okra. That is ready to come out. So we're going to take these out, and we're going to put the others in. Oh, look at there, honey. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to let you see it. Give me a minute. Let me get these out. These last babies up out of there. Ooh. Sometimes I just outdo myself. Look at there. Look at that okra. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that golden brown? Look at that, baby. Golden. You see that okra? Yes, ma'am. That's good there. Okay. So we're going to put these last ones in here. And then we'll be ready to eat, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. So what y'all cooking? What did y'all eat today? If you do your okra a different way, comment down below and let me know the way you do your okra. I might be willing to try it. Might try it and see if it's a little bit different than mine, but how does it taste? Okay, so we have gotten those last pieces put in there. Okay, so let's see. Let's see, y'all. Let me turn this around. Okay, y'all, I have gotten finished. I'm getting ready to eat. So I'm going to show y'all my dinner. I have some good sweet tea. And here's my plate. You see my beans. There's my cornbread. There's that macaroni. Look at that okra. I love it. Texas Pete hot sauce. I love it. It ain't for the faint now because it's hot, but I love it. So I'm gonna put a drop of that, but I wanna thank y'all for spending the day cooking with me. I hope that my family meal looks appeasing to you. Again, drop in the comments. Let me know, what did you all eat? Let me know, how do you batter your okra? How do you cook your chicken? There's a lot of food out here that we can share and let each other know how we cook it, and hey, it may taste a little bit different. But again, I would like to thank you all for spending the day with me. I hope you all have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy your family. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.